This year in Product Design 2 course for junior PD class, we decided to experiment with a total new approach. Normally, otherwise, product design starts with the user understanding, talking to user, getting their feedback, and then getting insights and starting the product. This time, we changed the rule and we said we will first develop, and at the end with our developed concept we decided we will go for the users feedback, and then if time permits we will implement that in final design. This particular course is happening at the end of second semester. The students have gone through all the courses related to elements of design, form, materials and all that, and we are only having 2 weeks. So schedule was planned in such a way that it was very tight, but it does give in importance and working with every stage which is important for completing product design. This time we decided on theme human power for everyday use type of products. We thought, can we design something which is human powered? And there is lot of scope for coming out with the innovation, basic innovation, which will satisfy some basic needs of the human being. To explain this basic concept about the human centric product, I started showing them various products which are there in my collection, like this cranking type of torch. Now this is becoming very famous, and the most interesting thing in this particular product, not only light is available but there is a massager, additional functions are coming in. At various stages we use very effectively brainstorming session. It was even done in the beginning to identify the area of work. We said, okay, what type of human powered human powered devices can be used for everyday use. So we started talking about vehicles to the kitchen products to classroom products and n number of applications. We have the ice cream maker, okay, hand operated ice cream maker, those earlier things. Now can there be a sugar cane extractor, hand operated? And most important rule which we observed during this brainstorming, of course everybody knows those, that no criticism, and there is no ownership of ideas, no elaboration of ideas, and one can piggyback others' ideas, and there should be lot of laughter and total freedom to talk about whatever comes to one's mind. Of course, there are various ways one can do research, and uh, one can talk to users, get insights. One can research from the available books and magazines about the various human powered devices or applications, products available in the market. Uh, Also, most important thing is role play. If I have to do this action, can I really imagine that I am doing that action? And for this role play, there need not be any props or properties used. Actually, it is a fantastic tool to, no, the brain can think in a far better way, because if you are saying that I am punching, so उसके साथ I am punching, action भी करो. When we are talking about ideation, now say for example I want to scare birds in my field. That was one project which Rajesh is doing. No, ideas can be anything. I can say that burst crackers, or I can use firearms to create lot of noise, or I can say there can be a predators. I can have a pet predators like owls and other things. These are just ideas, but if we are to develop some device, say create a noise which is not really frightening the birds. They should be scared away. Then the net search actually also can give you information that how to scare away the birds. So we can understand that they are always afraid of this reflecting light. They are afraid of smells, some very peculiar smells. They are afraid of the predators, owls and other things. No, can we use this knowledge to convert that into a product? Should I just create a noise at a repeated interval? Should it be made only once? Then we start asking this question. Now, idea to concept. Concept is, no, this is a device, otherwise some human being should keep on clapping. That's not the product. It is a human activity. The concept requires the inside mechanism and the dimensions. Finally, when idea is like a blue sky, it is in air, it will happen. But when concept, concept is bringing that into a material world. Model making, I strongly believe, is not just for sake of presentation, but I feel this whole model making is itself a creative process where you are perfecting the product. The models can be of different types. We call it as a concept models, where it is just a form concept, maybe thermocol, paper or any other material can be used, and you develop alternatives and then take a stock. Okay, which one is having some advantages, some disadvantages from all the aspects, usability, manufacturing, material concern, and create final concept. We also say contraption development. Now this contraption or a rig is very important in this particularly human powered device. We create one idea and we start feeling that, oh, that's fantastic idea. But if you really want to crack the problem, it's most essential to create variations. Now, when you are creating variations, you should create 10, 20, 30. Okay? Don't really get attached to one. Once you have created many ideas, once you have created many sketches, then just fall apart, take a bird's eye view, and then select the best, or find out which are the lacunae and which are the plus points, which are the negative points of each, and then try to create one which will solve all aspects of all those negative points. One can get the best idea at the end of this whole variation creation phase. When actually earlier I said you make 10 or 20 different sketches and then take a bird's eye view and evaluate. When you are doing that evaluation, it is like a criticizing your own work. But many times it's pretty difficult because when you have created something, you don't really find any problem in that idea or concept. So another approach we adopted, we said we said, okay, there are another three buyers who are going to buy your product, and all these buyers are choosy buyers. So we made a group of four. One student was presenting or selling his product, and three choosy buyers were buying this product. So in this way, actually these jury members, which were very critical about the product performance, about the way it will function, the shape, everything, they started commenting on. So it was like a criticism on the workability and the idea and concept. So in this way, actually the student got real good feedback on their idea. At the end, students are asked to talk to minimum 5 different users, because they are the real user, they are the buyers of this product. Your product is not going to sell because you have designed it, because it is good looking, because it is functionally perfect, but buyer should get convinced about that product. He should say, the buyer should say, oh, it's a fantastic, wow, why I never thought that this product is going to satisfy my need. It is that fitment to his need or his necessity is most important, so that the product will become successful at the market. The first thing was identification of the area. Second is doing the role playing and identifying the need, and creating a contraption which will work, which will really help us to come out with the solution which will function like. And uh, then it was supposed to be taken for form development, and when form is further refined for manufacturing, thicknesses, details, and all those things, how it is going to be assembled and finally disassembled for maintenance, or disassemble it for recycle. All those issues are important. And this feedback session and stage wise documentation, because unless we document the whole progress, project is not complete. That we have gone through the stages, it must be documented and presented finally to the jury members, that yes, it is not just a intuitive final dream product just coming out of uh, nowhere. It's not a falling apple, but it is like a, yes, we have arrived at this conclusion because all these stages were done, and this is how we concluded at every stage. This is how we developed the form further, and then only the jury members or the user, particularly when we are taking the feedback, they can be convinced.